Hey, how's it going? It's your boy Pablo one time. We are back live and involved. I got a very special guest with me. I got Wild Willie. Stop playing with him. Hey, Willie, how you doing, man?
I am doing wonderful.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this is crazy, man. This is our first time really having a talk like this, man, and being able to actually have some dialect with each other. We've been in some of the same groups as Bubba Starts, and that's how how I got in contact with you, man. So just tell the people, man, who you are and what you got going on your way, man.
Well, my name's Wild Willie. I am a DJ. I run a company here locally called Backwoods Production. It's a karaoke DJ slash sound guy company. Um, I've done that for about 5 years. I've used that business to venture into now my podcast, which is Soul Impact, How Music Saved Us, because music has always been that outlet for me, and I want people to be able to have a resource that when they're feeling down in the dumps
Right,
or whatever the situation is, that they can relate,
right,
because
right.
music itself is therapeutic.
Come on, man, and that's kind of how why I made Black Sheep Kid music, man. I feel like I wanted not just artists but people all around the world to be able to um um relate to the brand, relate to what I got going on, man. So I love that. I love that. So I mean, man, what's next for you though, man? Like what you got going on? What's some of the things you've been doing over the summer? With some of the high, if you give some of the highlight things you've been doing, man. I know you've been probably touring a little bit too. I know me and Bubba had the spring tour this spring, and it was crazy, man. Um, but yeah, give us a little insight about what you got going on your way besides the podcast and that,
Well,
man.
I do a lot early. I do a lot of benefits for the community here. Every July, I do a big benefit. They have a toy drive here locally. I donate my the music company, for an all day event that just plays music to see kids smile. And then every November they have this thing called the Hero Marathon, which they run a 26.2. And kudos to them. I couldn't do it, but all the money goes to it's called the Hero Marathon, and all the money goes to veterans.
Right, that's cool,
So
man.
I also use my business to give back to that. During the summer times, I do a lot of festivals and, stuff of that nature that would just, you know, what I enjoy. I do typically do karaoke at bars, which
Right,
I don't mind, but eventually I'd love to get able to hire somebody else to take care of that part for me, because
right.
I love it and I do. I love being able to bring music and being the one that brings music to bring a crowd up,
Right.
or, you know, that's
So
always been my passion.
so wow, Willie, are you an artist yourself or are you just like what I mean, are you an artist?
I am not. I've been looking into the free spoken word a little bit.
Okay, okay,
Thought about maybe getting into that. Um, but I'm not musically talented.
right,
Um, but I do a lot of stuff in the music community, like
right,
you
right,
said.
right. So
I
so so you help coordinate some of these festivals and some of these things and these events going on then. Like you're more so setting the stage for some of us artists to get on.
I'm more or less. I work with a lady. Her name's Casey Smith. She's an amazing woman, and I do 3 to 4 festivals a year with her. And you know, I didn't get into DJ to make $1 million. The reason why I
Right,
got into DJing is I had a friend of mine 5 years ago did a wedding, and they paid $1,200 for a DJ to come an hour and a half away for 6 hours.
right.
And I was like, that's outrageous. I mean, it's making it where the working class can't afford, you know, can't afford to throw parties or go all out on a wedding, because not everybody has $1,200 laying around to throw on a DJ. I mean,
Right.
if I'm being honest, that's more than my first car cost. Um,
Yeah, man.
but I did it because I have a heart for it. I do. I mean, being able to see music and how it uplifts and the therapeutic of music, not just for me, but for everyone. I
Yeah,
mean, and you
man.
think of the big songs like Cha Cha Slide, Cupid Shuffle, the big good dance songs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You always see a smile on somebody's face, whether
Right,
it's um, the person dancing or the people smiling at and laughing at the people dancing. I mean,
right, right,
and as a DJ, when I play that song, well, maybe not now because I have a fractured knee, but um, before when I play them songs, I get right up beside the people I'm entertaining, and I do them songs right there with them.
right,
You know,
right,
the big thing is there's a passion there, and whether it's learning more about the sound side or, and eventually I would love just to do that. Um, like I said, hire someone else out to do the DJing at the bar, but eventually I would be able to love just to take backwoods production and turn it into an iconic sound company.
right, right. Right. And you hit on something big, man. And I've been stressing this thing to a lot of artists that I deal with on my realm. Community involvement is so freaking important. And I was just saying this yesterday, guys. I have done so many free shows, man. It ain't about doing things for free. Sometimes those connections open doors and lead you to other connections. And it's just sometimes the relationship is way more important than the money at times, man. And
Oh, exactly.
like you said, and another thing you hit on is the passion part of it. Man, I still get so much joy coming in here on this keyboard, man. It's like it never get old to me, brother. And it's a passion there, man. And I feel like it's important for artists to somehow keep that fire burning. It's easy to get discouraged. Stay off of social media, become the content creator, not the content consumer, because it's easy to get discouraged looking at Big Bubba Starks over here all on TV. Look, you gotta enjoy and embrace where you are, and I mean, and keep that passion alive. I love where you're going with that. Wild Willie, most definitely hitting on some good things. So, I mean, how far has your community involvement gotten you so far? I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Bubba's showing me the game, man. Everything we need is right here around us. And once you build your community around you, it's up from there, bro. And all I can say is, man, my for me, it's going crazy my way. But what about how's it been for you, man?
Well, see, for me, I look at community different because, yeah, the community I live is important. Don't get me wrong. Because, like I said, I do, but I'll hit on that and then I'll explain what I mean by the other. But just to see people's reaction, like I've gotten gigs because I do the stuff to give back to the community, and people see that it's not about the money. You know,
Right, right.
if I and I've done, there's a school up here. I'm not allowed for certain reasons. I'm not allowed to disclose the school. But I do, and it's a bunch of disabled adults and young teenagers, and every couple of years I do a prom for them, and I don't charge them a dime. And it's
Man,
not
beautiful,
because,
man. Beautiful, man.
but to see these people, and I mean, and like with all the stuff I do, like the veterans, there's nothing that brings me more joy than seeing someone smile because, and it's going to sound a little selfish, but because of what I'm contributing,
Yeah,
because, and I don't do it for glorification. I don't. I do it truly to give back to the community, but it makes it all worth it when you see a veteran or smile and be like, this song bring back so many good memories, and they smile and they come over and they thank you, or this and disabled adults when they come up to you and say, I love this song. Can you play it again in a little bit? Or whatever the situation is. Moments like that, you don't get that necessarily when you get paid to do something because people are like, we pay you, you're going to do it this way, and blah,
right,
blah, 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 blah.
right, right.
You know, and I've had that experience where I've had to part ways, like because of a place I was doing as a DJ. They thought they got bigger than what I really was. And I
Right.
didn't want to conform to how they wanted my show run. Um, Sometimes it's about staying true to your morals. I mean, even if you're going to be offered $1,000, but you have to change who you are, is
Right.
it really worth making the $1,000 to go against what you believe?
Right. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm tracking.
So then the other part of that is, to me, I think community also includes the people you're connected to, not just locally, but through the scene project, through the podcast. I have so many people through my podcast that I've gotten connected with that I talk to almost at least once a week
Right.
because of
Right.
that connection is formed. And on my show, we talk about them hard topics that no one really wants to talk about because they're hard, and
Right.
they make you uncomfortable. They make you wiggle in your chair. But you know what? If those conversations aren't being had, then how are people up the road going to know, okay, Willie struggles with this or
Right.
Pablo struggles with this,
Right.
you
Right. Right.
know, you, and that's why I never edit one of my podcast episodes. I'm a single dad. I wouldn't trade it anything in the world. And sometimes when she's not at school, she'll come up and she'll hear, Daddy, I need this. They're in my episode. But you know what? I do the raw uncut. And the reason why I do raw uncut, I want people to see that no matter where you're at in your life, whether you're a single parent, just gone through a divorce, or you're dealing with depression, whatever your struggles are, there's hope. You can do whatever you achieve, you set your mind to. There's a saying, and I can't remember who says it, but it's one of my favorite sayings of all time, and it's one person with a belief is equal to a force of 99 with just an interest. And that tells you how important it is to truly believe in yourself. And I see a lot of artists over the last 4 years that has one bad experience on a stage and they're like, I'm done. This
Right.
isn't meant for me. And sometimes it takes some encouraging, and you know, society has put a cliff note on us that suck it up, deal with it. Um, it's okay. Just swallow your pride. And to me, that's all bullcrap because at the end of the day, it's okay to show who you really are. It's okay to show the world
Yeah.
that Wild Willie isn't okay. You
Yeah,
know,
man. Sometimes you got to pop out and show them, man. I'm like this. Call me a rebel, but I mean, being humble ain't got me nowhere, dog. Like me, I mean, like when me and Bubba we out and about, bro, we the most we look like we mean something, bro. We not walking in like we don't belong here. No, it's kind of an arrogance, of a confidence, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I belong here. I belong on this stage. And I feel like, yeah, all that trying to hide who we are and trying to fit into a society and all that kind of trying to fold into a box. Man, be unorthodox, man. Be who you are authentically. Like I said, turn that social media off unless you're gonna start creating your content. Because otherwise, they mean you're consuming too much. But yeah, man, I'm with it, bro. With it. When I made this Black Sheep Kid music thing, I didn't have it in my mind like this is I'm gonna do this to be like these artists over here. In my mind, it's just like, you know what, this for the different, man. This for the ones that ain't afraid to be unapologetic. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's on your mind and this is how you want to express your creativity, look, come over here and join the Black Sheep Kid train, man. I got some sauce for you. I'm totally with the getting out of the realm of trying to fit in with anything, man. I look around, I see everybody look like somebody. Like, you know what? It's hard to find it's hard to find authentic people, man. I can't say the other word, authenticity. But yeah, man. And so I'm here now to where now I'm slowly building a community with people just like you, Wild Willie, just like you and Bubba and Mr. Thornton. I got another friend, um, um, Corey, and I got Javon, and I got a little small community here. I'm building up some real hard hitters, man, some real go getters, and that's what it's about. And like you said, the community. It ain't about just the local things, man. You have to make sure you're taking care of your team that's taking care of you. That's the ones on social media. That's the ones streaming your music, coming to your concerts, and that's why I do a lot of follow up. I'm always in my DMs and emailing, and I do a lot of cold calling. You never know if I'm gonna call you or not. I may just call you and say, "Hey, how you doing?" That's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? That's me giving back to my community that God and gave me, and so that's important to me. So, Mister Wild Willie, what's next for you, man? I mean, I'm planning for a nationwide takeover with Bubba next year, man. I'm planning for a national run. I mean, what's new for you, man? What you got coming up for you, man?
I'm not really sure, but I would love to see this podcast go to become something not just online. I would love to see this podcast become something where someone can come and hear people in person that shares, maybe turn it into a seminar where people come. I don't know what it looks like, but I would love to see it where people are able to connect in person and say, all right, I heard his story and I want 5 minutes of his time, and find them artists that are real and willing to, hey, I would love to help you with that. Or
see, Wild Willie, I don't think that'd be a hard pitch to a hard, you know what I'm saying, a hard act to pitch, because you talking about you can you go to a nice venue. You can use anything for something like that, and you get an artist on the panel for an hour to come up for an hour or so, and the artist inviting their followers to come see them interview live. That'd be crazy, man. I mean, that's a crazy. Bubba's doing something like that with the songwriter showcase a little bit. You know what I'm saying? To where he'll have a little set right before they actually do the music part, the live set, to where they actually interview. But I don't know about the people being in, but that'd be a crazy look, bro. I can see something like that, something like a talk show. There, you talking about going major, going big dog, like a talk show almost, to where now you got an audience inside the building.
Yeah. Somewhere's not just an audience, but like I want it to be like kind of a Q&A kind of thing where
right.
After they tell their story and people can be like, hey, I'm not just use you because we're talking, but like, hey, Pablo, how did you get through this hard part of your life? Blah, blah, blah. And be able to reflect upon make it more intimate, because
it'd be hard, man. Dope idea, man. Dope idea.
But I've seen a lot, and I'm so thankful for my podcast, because like I started, I think June 11th was my very first episode, and I'm already 30 episodes in.
You got me beat. You got me beat, brother.
But I dedicate a lot of time to it, and I've had to learn a balance. Sometimes that a lot of time was overflowing into my personal life, causing some issues, and I've had to limit, because I was doing 5 or 6 interviews a day, and I was like, I can't function.
Right.
So then it comes down to staying true to who you are. I've been so fortunate. I interviewed Charlotte Roop on my podcast, and I've actually started working with her for a little bit.
Awesome.
Next year here in Missouri, we're actually going to be putting on 2 different concerts to raise the money for Operation Combat Veteran Suicide.
Okay.
And I'm talking, and it all started because one artist that I interviewed on my podcast wanted to do something to give back to veterans because he was a veteran himself. And I reached out to Charlotte with the ideal. She's an amazing woman. And she's like, Willie, I think, and I told her I wanted to run with it. She gave me permission to run with it. That was 2 weeks ago, and I've already got like 4 or 5 artists agreed to it. And the thing about it is, and I've up front with all these artists, is
well, Willie, don't leave me out either. I'm a veteran as well, man. Hold on, don't forget me in. Throw me in the mix too, man.
Well, if you want to come out and talk, that'd be great. But the genre I'm kind of going for is like a country classic rock kind of feel.
Okay.
And because to me, I think that music sits better with veterans than rap or hip hop. You know, I think veterans relate to it a little better. You know, coming from a family of veterans, you know, that's what I want. I want them people that be able to, use my platform to say, hey, these people really do need help. 22 a day is outrageous. And
Well, Willie, I tell you this, Pablo most definitely ain't coming with no damn country acoustic blues and rock. But Pablo got a vibe, man, that is impeccable, and it's man, it's undeniable, man. Me and Bubba done ate it up all across the country, damn near all spring long, man. And I would be honored to bring some of this, man, to some of the things you got going, because eventually I'm pretty sure you're gonna cross paths somewhere, because Bubba got the operation combating suicide with the veterans, and like I said, I'm an Army veteran as well, and so I'm down here doing a lot of community outreach with the veteran suicide, homelessness prevention, and all that stuff down here in Memphis. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna be crossing paths somewhere. I was just in the St. Louis area as well, man, so I was able to go out there and do a lot of mental health. I was able to reach out to a lot of mental health agencies and different doctors out there, and then so putting everything together, man, I think we can create a real wave of change and a real force out here, man, for our veterans. Like I said, I'm a veteran myself. I'm in this place right now, not paying rent because the VA love me. So to all my veterans out there that may hear this, you have resources, and if you're struggling, please hit up your VA housing coordinator, and they can get you off the streets. I was just damn near homeless. I was just living in my car. I was just on tour of Bubba. I was just struggling. A little bit about me. I was just on tour. What you don't know is I was homeless anyway, so it wasn't nothing for me to be on tour. Shit, hell yeah, let's rock. I came back. I was living in one of my auntie's houses. Shit was kind of crazy. But yeah, I didn't have nothing of my own. Came back to Memphis, had a housing voucher waiting on me. And that's how fast it works. So if you're going through something, if you're going through some mental stuff, you know what I'm saying? You're not crazy. We all need help. It's okay not to be okay. Go to your local VA. You know what I'm saying? Hey, a matter of fact, tell them El Pablo one time sent you. But yeah. I love what you're doing, man. I love what you're doing for the veterans, Wild Willie, because it's so important, man, because these are the protectors of the country. These are the ones that gave it all, that didn't give a damn about getting blown up, man. These were some crazy and some insane. Some of them just didn't give a damn, man, about nothing besides what it means to carry this American flag, man. And I'm talking about, I would, if I could do it all over again, I probably would. But now I got a attached arm. I had an arm put on a few years ago. And it's like, you know what? I can't do it. I ain't the 18-year-old I was back then, running 2 miles in 4.5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? We're running a mile in 4 minutes and 29 seconds. You know, that's like, it's right under, it's like a 9-minute 2 mile. We damn near sprinting 2 miles, y'all. So all my veterans out there, y'all know what I'm talking about. But
oh yeah, even if you're not a veteran, I mean, not that veterans aren't important, but this goes for anyone. If you're struggling, especially mentally, get help. I mean,
get help, man. Right.
And I know what it's like to feel like you're at the end of your rope and there's no hope. I'm personally not a veteran, but it runs so deep in my family. I mean, I have PTSD from my marriage and my childhood. So the struggle's real. And, at the end of the day, you got to look at it as you got to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else.
Wow, Willie, I can't help but ask this. Did you just say you got PTSD from a marriage, man?
Yes. And a childhood.
Gosh. I mean, it was that bad?
Oh, it was horrible.
Gosh.
We both played our part. I'm not blaming just her, but it was a very toxic marriage, and God delivered me from it. And, but that's the thing is people, just because you're going through a divorce or you lose a child, whatever the situation might be, you're not alone. There's people that have gone through what you're going through. Find you a support person. find you a mentor, you know, and
Right.
even if you're an artist and you're not struggling mentally, you're just struggling with your career, find an artist, you know, and you mentioned Bubba. He has been a
Oh
tremendous
man,
mentor,
my man,
especially for on the
yeah,
podcast level.
great mentor,
Like
bro.
he just keeps challenging me even more. Be like, you're doing great here, but let's see where you can take it. You know, and
Right, right,
I go back and those of you that are artists, you know, you gotta be willing to listen to your own stuff. Because if you can't listen to your own music, how do you expect somebody else to?
right,
But I used to never watch an episode one. And it's not because I didn't like my voice, it's just because I knew what I talked about in the episodes. So why did I need to watch the episode? But then Bubba told me, how do you expect someone else to watch them if you can't?
right,
And,
right,
and,
right.
and it's really true. I mean, I watch them probably 3 or 4 times and I take notes. Always improve. I'm not saying change who you are, but there's always room for improvements. You
Yes,
look at
sir.
day one podcast with Bubba versus the podcast that just came out last week, and it don't even look like the same production.
Right, right, right.
So it's about staying true, and that is probably my biggest message to anyone, whether you're a veteran, you're someone going through this a hard time, or artist struggling. Stay true to who you are, and if you lost that person because of a relationship or a situation or whatever the case is, find a way to find out who you are. The most important thing is not to sound cheesy, but love. You can't expect to love somebody else when you don't love yourself.
Live in love, people. Live in love, people. It's been my motto a long time. Love, peace, and unity. He said it. Live in love, man. Love. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. And to feed off that, man. I've been through so much, man. A lot of y'all out there know a lot of my story. It's in my bio. A lot of the first bio I had, the first press article, it went viral. You hear a lot of the story in there, but um, don't be afraid, right? Like, because I'm the biggest fan of my own music. I swear for God, Bubba will tell you this. I don't listen to music. I don't listen to much music. When I met Bubba, I was listening to his songs for almost the first time because I don't listen to music. I'm a big, huge fan of my music, and only way I'm going to listen to your music is if you're in my community. So like Asher is in my community. I listen to Asher's music. Hakeem the Great, he in my community. I listen to his music. Bubba, I listen to his music. But if I don't know you, I'm probably not going to listen to it. And I'm really big on perfecting my craft. I love that, man. You have to, as an artist, as an artist, um, get uncomfortable, change the flow up a little bit, challenge yourself. If you was promoting your music this way last year, try to up it the next year or the year after, however you do it. But I'm the same way, man. At this point, I have Bubba as a mentor. Now it's like, no, who am I going to mentor? I'm not good as a mentor as Bubba is, because Bubba is freaking awesome. It says we got 10 minutes left on this thing, man. But yeah, get a mentor, believe in yourself, go hard, and you know what? Don't not accept criticism, because then you can't grow. And man, Wild Willie, it was an honor, man, and an honor and a privilege to have you with me today. People, tap in with Wild Willie. Hey, Wild Willie, how do we find you, Mr. Thornton? You want to tell them how we find you, brother?
I am all over the place. Literally, you can search in Soul Impact, Music Saved Us. Um, I'm on Amazon Music. I'm on Apple Podcasts. I'm on Spotify. Um, you can search the Scene Project on YouTube and look up Soul Impact on there, because I'm on the Scene Project Network. Um, you can find me on Facebook. I'm just, and if you Google Soul Impact, how music saved us, it'll pull me up. I mean, I'm pretty much everywhere.
Man, this is your boy Pablo one time. We are live in the vault, and I got Wild Willie here with me. Look, I love y'all. The motto is love, peace, and unity. And we out of here, y'all. Peace. Hey, I love y'all, man. That's gonna be a wrap.